Hey everyone, my name's Nigel and welcome to my channel, Shop with Nigel. That's me. This series is called Shop It or Drop It, and this is how it works. We're going to buy products, put them to the test, and then decide if you should shop it or drop it. The theme for this episode is convenient kitchen hacks. We bought 3 different products to see if it'll change your life. Now, on to the first one. Product number 1 is called the vegetable peeling sponge. As the name implies, it's essentially a sponge with a very rough sandpaper side, and it's supposed to replace your peeler. Now, all you gotta do is to rub this on a vegetable, like a carrot or a potato, and then it's supposed to peel off the skin. So, let's see if this is actually more convenient and if it actually works. Out of the package, it feels like a normal sponge, but one side is really rough. To test this out, I've got myself a potato. I scrubbed it really hard with a sponge to see if it would clean off both the dirt and the skin. To be fair, it was doing the job, but it took a lot of effort. I also found that I had to clean the sponge every so often since all the dirt would get stuck, making the sponge less effective. It took me quite a bit of time to clean this single potato. Honestly, I think using a peeler would be much more effective and take less time. By the way, I also tried using this with a carrot and with pretty much the same result. Okay, so that was disappointing. It wasn't really very easy to use this thing. If I were going to peel a vegetable or a potato, I'd definitely use my own peeler instead. And it was even quite messy using this. Every time I scrub the vegetable, I would have to every so often clean up the sponge just to make it work again. So, should you shop it or drop it? I think you should drop it. It's not a very expensive thing, but then it's not very useful either. So, don't bother. Just throw it away. Product number 2 is called the pot lid stand. As the name implies, you're supposed to be able to use this to grab a pot lid so you won't burn yourself, and then you'll be able to lift it up, and rather than leaving the pot lid on top of a table flat, you'd be able to use this to store it vertically, standing up. I can see why that's convenient, but let's see first if it actually works. I have myself here a typical pot lid. It was easy enough to clip on the product, lift the lid, and then keep it standing. I also tried this out on a lid without a round handle. You can still use the product to keep the lid to stand, but obviously you won't be able to use it to lift the lid from the pot. Okay, so it does work. Do you really need it though? Sure, it's pretty cheap. It's just $2. And I suppose it does save space, so rather than keeping it like that, you do save some space by putting it vertically. So if you're space poor on your workbench, I think this might be worth it. So should you shop it or drop it? I think you should shop it. As for me though, I don't think I'll be able to use this, so I'll probably drop it. Personally, at least. The final product for this episode is called the drying stone sink tray. And this product is supposed to work like magic. At least in my opinion, it sounds like magic. So what this does is any drop of water you put on here is supposed to dry or visibly evaporate within 30 seconds. And for comparison, Google says the same amount of water should dry in about an hour or so. So that's not magic. I don't know what is. So I'm super excited to try this out. Let's see if this actually works. I have to admit, the first time I tried this, it literally seemed like magic. A good amount of water dried up in less than a minute. In fact, I was so impressed I tried to push the envelope and ran the faucet over it. And it still worked! Magic! Disclaimer though, I left it on my sink for a few days and found that the magic does run out. But don't worry, after leaving it out in the sun to dry out, it works just like new. I'm very happy that this worked as advertised, and I bought it for $10. I think that's worth it for what it does. Should you shop it or drop it? I think you should definitely shop it. There is a caveat though, as you saw when we tested it. It does have a limit. When it gets too wet, you have to leave it out to dry. I think that's fine. Also, I can think of other uses for this product. For example, aside from just leaving it on your kitchen sink, you can also use it for your bathroom. We even found a large version that you can use as a bath mat. So if you're the type that hates wet floors on your bathroom, I think that could be a very good product as well. And that's it for our episode on convenient kitchen hacks. We've put links below to the products. Check them out if you're interested. If you want 30-second version of product reviews, follow us on TikTok and Instagram. Give us a like and comment below. That really helps us out. And if you like this episode and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so that you know when we upload the next one. That's it. See you next time.